talk, can they just speak from where they are?
Sure.
Okay. Okay, I'm not going to address what just happened, or I'll start crying. So I'm here to address a really crazy incident that happened the other night right in front of my house on Route 41. It appears that a guy in a brand new black BMW was joyriding up and down 41. Eventually, this is all alleged, not sure, but it sounds like he was doing it for about like an hour, hour and a half, and eventually crashed into a utility pole, took out the utility pole, took out a whole line of hemlocks in front of my neighbor's house. Okay, so we're all upset. My little 9-year-old son walks across that road, like not daily, but all the time. So it was really upsetting, and you know, I teach him safety precautions, but obviously if a guy's going 100 miles an hour, he's just a sitting duck, as any kid or any adult or any animal would be. So it's a dangerous curve, and so we would really like to, I have some other people from the neighborhood here, some neighbors, just to request, you know, just to whatever other safety precautions we can put into place if there could be more of a police presence. There at Denny's, at the hours when people are doing that, which tend to be like, from my view, like after school hours, after in the late afternoon and evening on weekends, also sometimes really late at night, but that's not when kids are out. So, and I also had a question for the board, which is there any flexibility in the budget for us to put in for an extra, for example, one of those blinky lights, I don't know what they're called, that flash how fast you're going, which I don't think are super effective, but maybe people in the room would have better data on how effective they are. I think we have one of them in the town, is that right?
We have two. They are effective.
They are.
And there probably is money. We'd have to find it, whether it's Kurt's budget or something else. Yeah.
I actually researched today a little bit about the really fancy cameras that actually take, will take an individual license plate number and send a warning. They're like $40,000. So, okay. And there actually has to be a police officer there with the machine. You can't just like do it digitally like a wildlife camera on the tree like I was envisioning.
I agree with her. I drive garbage truck down that road and I get passed from people going like 80 miles an hour past me. So I agree with her on that.
Yeah, it's not a first time thing. I mean, I definitely think it's like I've lived there 17 years. It feels like it's gotten more, people feel more licensed because it's the straightaway, right? So they feel like it's like literally racing. I mean, I've felt that. I've been passed on blind corners down by more closer to Housatonic. So yeah, we're just here to make that concern known, especially as the weather's going to be nicer and it's obviously going to be more of a concern because, right, more people driving. So Dominic, did you want to add anything to that?
I mean, I'll back it up with just previous incidents I live on the end of Long Pond Road, that end of Long Pond Road, West Stockbridge, and there's fairly frequent drag racing on that road. Cars side by side have been seen on that road. And I have asked for kid signs, and they haven't come yet, which I didn't follow up, but I'd like kid, just this is a child-friendly neighborhood signs for starters. I'm not so sure that in relationship to the incident that Sheila was talking about the other night, that broadcasting how fast the guy might have been going by that flashing sign might have just egged him on more, because he seemed to be intent on going 100 miles an hour. And that seems to be sort of evident in the destruction that he left there. It wasn't likely that he was going to make it around that corner at the speed he was going. And if your kid was on the street or not, he was so far off the road, it would have been dangerous to be not on the road.
What time was that?
Like 6:45.
But apparently he'd been passing people on that road earlier in the
We were
afternoon.
called out for that one.
Chief, can you speak to the digital readout or anything else?
No, just that we did have somebody in that area. My officer he was on scene in 5 seconds, so he was in the area doing readout. I didn't get a chance to talk to him yet, but I'm not sure if this guy was drag racing up and down the road that anybody call us in regards to that.
I wasn't around, so I don't know.
So, if that was going on, I mean, we would have been, right there you know, doing radar in that area, but he was on scene in 5 seconds.
Right.
He was on Great Barrington Road.
Can I ask you what,
a lot of.
the protocol is, like, I've called you guys before, like, when that guy passed me on Blind Corner going 70, I called immediately and said, there's someone heading north on 41, this
Right.
guy's a super duper dangerous guy. What's the protocol, like, do other people do that?
Yeah, we get numerous calls, you know, people
Yeah.
driving like that, you know, 102, 41. We go out there, if we get them, you know, it depends where they're going. You know, they could be just going home up the road and they
Right.
pull in and then we don't run into them, but,
Right.
you know, we have a list of the streets that we mandate radar on. Great Barrington Road is one of them. I mean.
So would my suggestion of like trying to find.
A speed sign might, but, you know, it seems to work on Main Street, but is it gonna work, is it gonna work down there? Yeah, it's a good deterrent,
Yeah,
but as a bus running radar, we'll go somewhere, 15 minutes, you're all done. People are flashing, so then we move, as we have a list in our office of roads, then we go from there, we go somewhere else. People, you know, they don't respect the road. You know, in fact, if this guy was joyriding for, you know, like he said he was, you know, we would have been there, you know, sooner. We could have probably, if somebody called. I haven't talked to my officer yet, but I know we were in the area. I mean, he was there in 5 seconds on a log, so.
He was
I mean, he was right there.
He was
up the
doing
road.
radar on Pixley Hill when I
Yeah.
went by, which was 15 minutes before that.
Right, but I mean, if this guy was joyriding up and down Great Barrington Road, I mean, we didn't get a call, so we'd have been there. Like I said, he was in the area already, but, you know, things we can do, I mean, yeah, we can step up, you know, the radar on there. I was down there all day today, you know, it's 35, it's clearly marked, it's double
right, it's a
yellow
dangerous
line.
curve, I mean, the girl died 15 years ago, 10,
Right.
13 years ago. There was another kid at 8 o'clock in the morning, took out another utility pole a few years back, and then there was another destruction down by Paul and Sarah's house, so it's like, it's just a dangerous curve. And I don't mean to imply that there's not other dangerous areas in the town, I know that there are.
No, I'm not, you know, like I was saying, I mean, we hit as much as we can, I mean, with what, you know, you know, a lot of times there's just one of us on, so it's tough to
Yeah,
be.
how many, forgive my ignorance, how many officers?
We have 2 full-time and 7 part-time.
And so at any given time, it's how many on?
Basically, it's one per shift, unless I run an extra, like in the summer, I run some extra shifts, you know, especially when traffic picks up. You know, so then it's just 2 of us on basically, you know. And myself and the sergeant work 1 day together, so there's 1 day a week that there's 2 of us on, so. But, yeah, any recommendations, you know, from the board, like I said, you know, we'll pick up, we'll pick it up down on that end more, for a while. It's up to, you know, the board whether they wanna put that little.
So what's the
Right.
process for?
A question I have is, you know, for
Those-
6 months, we can have a serious uptick in coverage and slow down the traffic on that road. And that'll be great if you know, you probably take yourself away from other areas, but you really focus on this road and get a limit on it. And, but then when 6 months goes by, the same things happen again. So, you know, what I'm leading to is a longer-term solution. And I think that is, it just works, the digital.
Yeah.
If it's 35 miles an hour,
Right.
everyone's gonna know the brakes are gonna get hit. The people, like this is an isolated incident of someone young driving like that.
But not
He's got-
isolated, we're saying, I mean, we've
Well,
seen it.
yeah, well, I mean, going back up and down, usually it's, you know, they're going one way. But, so it's the long-term thing, so it's not only the digital readout, but it's whatever else we can do. And whatever you have in your knowledge bank is gonna help also.
Right, it's just, you know, it's just being out there, I mean, us being out there deters, you know, some of it, you know, being visible. I mean, like I said, you know, it's, you know, to be everywhere at once we can't, unfortunately. And now with the state police barracks in Lee, they have to cover the turnpike now, so there are less and less more around.
Yeah, so how
So-
often are they around, or
It depends, I mean, it depends how many people they have, and they cover 26 towns, I believe, so, and now they have to cover the turnpike, so it's, you know, we can step, you know, we can definitely step it up, and, you know, we can step it up for you if, you know, if we, you know, try to do the sign thing, it's a very, very good deterrent, but you get the guy that drives that road every day, he's not even gonna look at it.
But that's not the guy I'm worried about,
You know?
right?
Oh, it would all
We get-
help.
We get the people
What's that?
down.
It would all help.
It would all help.
No, it would all help, but we
Yeah.
still get that guy that drives there every day, we still grab him speeding, you know?
Right.
So it's just,
We had the similar problem on Route 41, we had 2 fatalities within 2 weeks at the same identical spot. The state police stepped it up, they were there every hour of the day for 2 weeks, and they pulled out. Traffic's went back to normal, speeding right through it. But I don't really know how you stop it, but I mean, the only reason they were there, we had 2 fatalities in within 2 weeks.
but
They were all over the place, and once they pulled out, that was it.
And why I'm here is because if there's a fatality, it's my kid or her kid, or, you know, it's our kid, the
Oh, I
fatality.
understand.
And so,
you know, like I said, I mean, the best we can do, maybe the board, you know, can make a decision on getting these signs, and we can put them up, but as for it being, the signage, it's there, you know, the road is, you know, double solid line, I mean, it's visible, but if the people don't respect the road, is what I'm saying, you know, then it's, you know, we can't do much for that, if they don't wanna respect the road or whatever. And then the other things too, it doesn't happen, it did happen on Main Street here with these signs, is people see that sign, oh, it's at 40, let's see if we can get it to 70. That's what they do with the radar trailer that we have, you know. They'll drive by and then come back, oh, let's see if we can get it to, up to 90, let's get the lights flashing. So, it is a very good deterrent, but then you may run into that too, you
Can I
know.
ask one more question?
Yes.
Do you know at what speed over which it's a criminal charge for reckless driving?
Reckless driving it's a separate charge, which he was charged
Right,
with
and
that.
what, how
But
fast?
speed limit doesn't
Oh.
attend, that's just, it's a money fine, but the higher it gets, we charge criminal for that, so he did get charged, you know, with criminal for that. We charge him as much as we can, now it's up to the court system.
What is the amount over? How fast does he have to be going to get a criminal charge?
Well, that just goes down to the money charge, it's up to us what we feel, you know, if it was 60 to 20, then, yeah, that's a little ridiculous or
So
whatever.
in that,
you
in
know.
the 35, what would, how fast would it be to be?
Probably 70,
70?
yeah.
Rob Powell?
That's a very, very dangerous road. When I come up through Great Barrington, I'm passed on the double yellow line. I'm not exaggerating, 75% of the time. I'll be doing 35 or 40 miles an hour, and I watch them come up behind me coming up the hill, and it's blind. And they do it up on Swamp Road too. Around that curve, they're passing, they're doing 50, 60 miles an hour. There used to be a trooper on Swamp Road that sat up a little further right on the Richmond border, and I prayed every time I came around the turn that he would be there, but it doesn't happen often enough. But I think that flashing sign, I think the average person sees that, and it makes them aware. I do. You know, I'll be coming down the hill, I'll be doing 45, and if that was flashing at 35, I think you may get enough people slowing down. The problem is that one guy that you're talking about, those people are uncontrollable. So that could happen anytime, anywhere.
I can agree with her, because right on that corner, I'm in a garbage truck, and I'm going around that corner, and I have people passing me on that corner,
On the corner, yeah.
so.
Well, my guy almost got run over in that corner the night we were there, with all the lights flashing. The car came around the corner flying, and finally saw the lights and he stopped, but I thought he was gonna take us out.
Karen?
I just want to reiterate the idea of calling as soon as possible, all of us. It's the cheapest thing to do.
What did you dial, 8,500 or?
For the, when the
Yeah,
cop, I
yeah.
called the 232, the town number and then.
232.
Yeah, oh, whatever.
What should we call?
And like she said, you don't call because we have a list that we keep right on our roll call list, the daily roll call list. You know, speeding, Swamp Road, you know, we have a whole,
He
we
didn't
have
say
it all
what
listed
number.
out to where, you know, the major complaints are.
What number?
Yeah, what number?
What number do we call?
232-8500 goes right to me, or, you know, or dispatch. If we don't answer it in 2 rings, dispatch picks it up, so. Then they leave a message and I can, you know, call you back, but.
Am I taking up too much time here? I can ask another
You
question.
can stay as long as you want. I think that, you have another question?
Well, one other question was just, I'm wondering in terms of like you said 1 or 2 people on, at any given time. Is that all due to population, since like we have our set population, but at the summertime, our population swells, you know what I mean? Is it all geared towards?
Usually in the summer when our traffic picks up, I try to get more on, but I also, I gotta stay within the budget. You know, I can't really, our budget's for a year, so I can't, you know, stick 2 guys on just out there running radar every day, you know. I do, on the weekends, when I know traffic's gonna pick up, I do put an extra person on here and there to just go out and run speeding, you know, run radar for speeding citation. But, you know, unfortunately, we don't have, you know, unlimited budget to where we can do that.
Can we raise the budget so that we can have someone there more?
Well, we just, yeah,
I totally
I
understand the
mean,
budget thing,
you
but
know.
I'm not gonna understand it when my son is dead.
No,
I'm
I,
gonna be like,
no,
"Oh."
I understand, I understand. It's, you know, it's just the fact that we don't have this great giant budget to where I can just put 2 cruisers, you know, on Great Barrington Road.
I guess
4
maybe
days
the
a
question
week.
is though, if our population were such, would then it bump it up to the point where you
No.
could?
No, it wouldn't, I don't think it would bump it up that much, you know.
How can we raise the budget? Is that a possibility that we vote on or something? How does this town thing work?
Yeah, I mean.
Is that a possibility?
I mean, we just did our budgets and, you know.
It's happening right now,
increase.
Okay.
and Chief has submitted his budget for what it is. And,
How many marked police cars do we have?
3,
So there's 2 on the road or 2 available?
yeah,
Could there be 1 parked?
Yeah.
That catches my eye.
Right.
I
We have-
see it done in New York. Yeah, just an empty car parked and you notice it, I don't know, just.
yeah,
just
we
to
have the
see.
radar trailer now that we got last fall.
Yeah.
We have that, you know, at our disposal.
I think a
I love that
car
idea.
kind of wakes you up.
There you go.
Just have a blow up dummy on the front?
Yeah. Actually, the Monterey Police Department has one of their cars sitting right on,
I know,
right on their main street.
I always slow down.
And it gets me every single time. And there's nobody in there, but it gets me every single time.
Me too, me too.
Who wants to make a police car out of paper mache with you?
So we're gonna do something, we'll get it on the agenda, as soon as we can, whether it's next week or the following meeting. Following meeting.
For what?
To, technically, to make any decisions, you need to be on the agenda.
Okay.
And, so,
So we should come back
yeah,
Yes.
exactly,
for not
And,
next meeting, but the meeting after.
correct. And we'll have a well thought out
Okay,
response.
thank you.
Thank you.